British conceit is absolutely legendary, and when their second aircraft carrier also broke down and the second one in a week, it was just some kind of sign of fate. The fact is that not everyone remembers, but there was such an episode when the aircraft carrier HMS Queen Elizabeth broke down at the beginning of the main exercises of the decade in the West, Steadfast Defender 2024. Such a gallant British admiral came out, a completely typical uncle for the Anglo-Saxon elite, and said that if such a problem happened to France, it would be in a completely hopeless situation because Paris has only one aircraft carrier, and London has two of them. Amazing. Brilliant. Instead of hanging their heads and saying, "What a shame, we were not ready for the main teachings of the West, we have disgraced ourselves to the whole world," they went out and brazenly began to rinse France for something which, in fact, has nothing is broken. They know how to tinker with propaganda and information technology like no one else. Unfortunately, propaganda does not repair aircraft carriers, and it does not affect their reliability. Therefore, before the brave admiral had time to make his arrogant speeches, Britain's second aircraft carrier, HMS Prince of Wales, also broke down. And now what I can do? According to the logic of the British admiral, Britain should now be compared not with France, which has only one but working aircraft carrier, but with a country that does not have them at all. Because what difference does it make at all whether they exist or not if at the right moment the propeller shaft does not row and billions of dollars remain to rot on the docks? The Royal Navy's £3 billion aircraft carrier was due to sail from Portsmouth on Sunday to lead an 8-ship carrier strike group, but its voyage was cancelled for unknown reasons, the source writes. So what to do? It's just that when a country is ruled by bankers, as it originated in England and as it became entrenched throughout the world during the era of US rule, then they gradually steal everything. Bankers despise all kinds of hardware, industry, rough metal, oil, coal, gas, aluminum. And that is why bankers, bribing and corrupting all countries, defeat them with the power of wealth, but then they themselves steal this wealth and therefore lose to those who are much poorer but are busy with real business, Russia, China, India, etc. The eternal law of life. No one defeated them, it's just that at the right moment in time, the gentlemen moneybags who had already transferred everything they could into money suddenly couldn't release a single ship in their defense, because too many lobbyists took part in its construction and too few pieces of hardware were left there. Here is what corresponding member of the Russian Academy of Missile and Artillery Sciences, Doctor of Military Sciences Konstantin Sivkov said about this. Why does the Prince of Wales keep breaking down? Because the British crammed a lot of different innovations into this ship which were not always tested. As a result, at this stage, British aircraft carriers really turned out to be incapacitated. They are constantly undergoing repairs and spend more time at the docks than they are on the open sea. By the way, British warships generally have constant problems with turbines. For example, the design of the gas turbine on the new Type 45 guided missile destroyers turned out to be unreliable. During the previous voyages of ships of the series, their turbines failed over and over again. Of the 6 such ships, only one was in service, the D-34 Diamond. And then, after a mess in the Red Sea as part of the anti-Yemen coalition, he suddenly needed urgent repairs. Either he was hit by a Houthi ballistic missile or the power plant failed again. And now they're dragging it back for repairs. That is, the problem, as we see, is constant. Britain has known about it for many years, and what's more, the whole world has known about it for a long time, but the British still do nothing. They build new ships, just as defective as the old ones, and then altogether, they never leave the docks. Like these 2 aircraft carriers, both of which are currently undergoing repairs for the same reason.